everybody, welcome to Staying Healthy San Antonio. I'm Silverinklon, and we're here at the Hilton Hill Country Hotel, home of the 2013 HEB Slim Down Showdown contest, where all the contestants are staying here and learning so much about weight loss. This is actually a very special episode about weight loss, and no, we're not going to talk about diet and exercise so much, although they're big components to weight loss. We are going to tackle, though, why we're fat, why we're chubby, why we're overweight and we can't lose it. Much of this has to do with emotional eating. Are we ready to emotionally lose the weight? We're going to get very intimate with one local San Antonio mother who is a contestant, and she's going to take us inside her world and tell us why it's been so difficult for her to lose weight and if she has what it takes to win this contest. Also, we talked to a local expert who can give us empowering information about if we're ready to lose weight emotionally as well. Not to mention, on Staying Healthy San Antonio, we're back at Elite Athletics, where we're going to exercise again, and Comedian's Kitchen with Jade Esteban Estrada and Roman Garcia. Don't go away, you're watching Staying Healthy San Antonio.
I guess I had the typical worry most women do when they're about to turn 30. My metabolism had dropped. I was gaining weight a lot easier than I used to, and I was seeing my body change in a negative way. So I knew I had to make a choice. I had to do something, or else I was just going to go downhill in my fitness. I love Elite. It's definitely one of the most unique gyms in town. They've got literally everything you could want in a gym. The sprint track, all the machines, the free weight machines, the private rooms, the mini football field. So they've got everything you probably could want.
Staying Healthy San Antonio is brought to you by All-in-One Employment Solutions and Elite Athletics.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Staying Healthy San Antonio. I'm Silverinklon, coming to you from the Hilton Hill Country Hotel, home of the 2013 HEB Slim Down Showdown. And you're about to meet a very special San Antonio mom who's been struggling with weight loss her entire life. We're going to get very intimate with her about weight loss and the emotional component that comes with that, and whether she's ready for it. Nancy Martinez is a devoted wife, a mother of two, and a daughter of San Antonio. Like so many here, she grew up on Big Red and Barbacoa, backyard barbecues and tacos. Food defined family. Now she's one of 25 competing for a chance to win control over her life and $10,000. Those who were chosen were not picked solely on how much they needed to lose or who had the saddest story. Nancy needed to be emotionally ready to shed the pounds that will ultimately reveal so much.
Since I can remember, I've always been the fat girl, the fat one of the family, or the designated fat friend is what I've been called at some point. So it's always been a struggle of mine. I don't think I can ever remember being underweight. My mom said one time, "You were thin at one point," but I was in 6th grade wearing a size 12. That's not, that's not a normal. That's overweight for a sixth grader, Family members would call me and say, "You are so beautiful. You are the most beautiful one out of our whole family, but you need to lose weight." My mom was a single mom. She worked very hard for us. She did 2 jobs, and my dad was never there. My dad he still doesn't recognize that I'm his daughter. Things have hurt me so bad that that's the most comforting, because food doesn't judge me. Food doesn't, turn me away. It's just something that I can go to and feel comfortable and feel at ease. And then, of course, when it's done, I'm like, what did I just do? I think that it's still going to be a struggle, because there are going to be a lot of emotional times in my life where I'm going to feel the quick and easy fix is to go and eat something. I'm definitely ready. My daughter snapped me into reality a couple of months back. She asked me if I was picked on at school. I did tell her yes, and I knew where she was going with it, but I asked her why, and she got a little teary-eyed and told me, well, they're picking on me, and they're telling me that I'm fat, and I'm the fat girl, and she's such a beautiful kid, and she does so many things for people. She's so giving, and she's only 7, and she, I remember how it changed me. I had such a big defense mechanism by being mean to people after I was picked on so much. I was so mean, hateful, and people would ask me things and I would write no, because that was just the way that I could handle how I was being treated. And my family, they loved me, they really did, but they didn't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with an overweight child. I was the overweight child. But my daughter just, I can't have her living that way. She deserves better than that.
Nancy's story is very touching. I know I can personally relate to it, and so many of my family members can. It is very difficult to lose weight, and it can be very emotional. I've been through it, and so many people that I love have too. That's why when we come back from the break, Suzanne Parker, one of the experts right here helping the 2013 Slim Down Showdown contestants, is going to talk to us about how we can build up our emotional tools so that we can lose weight too. That's coming up right after the break.
I guess I had the typical worry most women do when they're about to turn 30. My metabolism had dropped. I was gaining weight a lot easier than I used to, and I was seeing my body change in a negative way. So I knew I had to make a choice. I had to do something, or else I was just going to go downhill in my fitness. I love Elite. It's definitely one of the most unique gyms in town. They've got literally everything you could want in a gym. The sprint track, all the machines, the free weight machines, the private rooms, the mini football field. So they've got everything you probably could want.
TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic isn't just family-friendly and convenient. We service a number of your medical needs. The staff of professionals at TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic can help you find relief from the flu to broken bones, even help you with your long-term weight loss goals. TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic is reinventing urgent care for your family right here in your neighborhood. TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic is located at 3107 TPC Parkway. We're here for you.
Promotional consideration for Staying Healthy San Antonio provided by San Antonio Food Bank, Culinary Institute of America, PRMP Group of Texas, R&B Media.
So it's hard to know that. And what I try to prepare people for, like Nancy, is two things. When you launch into a lifestyle change, it requires building in a support system. So I try to help them look into what will your life be like at a different weight. So people learn how to lose weight. They can follow a meal plan and they can follow XYZ to lose weight. But I want them to understand what that's going to be like in their everyday existence. So often people think that a diet, as soon as they get to their end, everything's good and they can go back to their old eating pattern. So we know that Americans are great at losing weight. They're not good at keeping it off because they don't understand what that lifestyle is going to be like when they get there. The trick is to find a way to let them come in at their own pace. So the person that's launching into their lifestyle change has to stay confident. They need to have an outside support system. So whether it be a coach or a workout buddy or a co-worker, if they've got someone to keep feeding them positive reinforcement, they'll be able to continue that the openness in their family and let their family and friends come in when they're ready. So it does help to have somebody that you can talk to that's a professional to kind of pick out that element, because what happens so often is people pick too big of a thing. They might say, okay, I'm never going to drink sodas again. All right.
Or bread.
Yeah. Or cut out all the carbs because carbs are bad. Carbs are not bad. So it does help to talk to somebody. Another way you could do it is to start to track your intake. So you learn about, well, a little bit about calories. For example, at HEB right now we're teaching about calorie awareness. So if you could learn about how many calories your body needs and then pick a way to cut back a little bit. So in our Good News newsletter that we're doing every week, we try to give you examples of learning about calories. So even if you cut down on the amount of calories you took in from sugary beverages, that will make a difference. And so going cold turkey is tough, so I really encourage you to make a small change. So if it's cutting down on calories, you could pick a food item that you know you probably eat often that might be considered maybe a cheap food, and cut that out.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Staying Healthy San Antonio Fitness, and we're just coming back from the break. And with me now is Jimmy Fegan. I'm joining along this time. I know you've been handling the hosting duties for a little bit, and you just came back into town. You guys have been competing consistently, huh?
It's true, yeah. We just got back from Istanbul, Turkey, actually, for the Short Course World Championships, where I won a gold medal in the 4x100 freestyle relay. But yeah, now I'm here trying to, you know, keep San Antonio healthy.
That's right. You're watching Staying Healthy San Antonio, and this is the fitness segment. And Jimmy helps us out here. As you know, he was in the London Olympics 2012, just last summer, and he came back with a silver medal. Yay! Together, we're trying to be a little more healthy right here in the Alamo City. And we have a special segment. I'm joining him today because I really want to be a part of this, because this part of fitness means a lot to me, not just for myself, but also to try to incorporate family. You know, we both have moms, of course, and you know, they're growing older along with the rest of the baby boomer generation out there. And with us is Patty Brandt. Patty is an impressive lady.
Thank you.
First off, you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much.
And you're very fit.
I love being fit.
And I understand that you are in your 60s.
Yes.
Very young 60s.
I have to admit that finally. I try to hide that.
But your daughter is actually very famous. Your daughter is Monica Brandt.
Yes.
And she is a world fitness champion and currently just an amazing woman out there making a difference in women's health in general.
She's fabulous. She's a fabulous daughter and a fabulous friend.
And we are grateful to have her on the show as well. But who started fitness first, you or her?
Well, chicken or the egg?
Yeah. Who influenced who?
Well, if you want to consider the gym, okay, or track or field events, Monica started that, and she introduced me. But she grew up on a farm, and we were all hardworking, so we all were fit and strong. We took care of many horses. We trained horses, and she showed. And then...
That would be like training Jimmy.
Yeah. And then when we were finished with that farm in 1991, I wanted to stay in shape. So Monica introduced me into the gym and to fitness, and then I've been doing it ever since and love it.
And now I understand in your class you're one of the fastest women out there. Explain what you compete in and how in the world do you do it?
I love it. I've always been a runner. I ran in high school, but of course back in my day it wasn't as important as it is today. But Monica was invited to the Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon, and I went there to watch her. And her coach asked me if I would participate in the national track and field events, but they're for masters.
For anyone who wants to know what masters means, they're basically events, competitive events that you compete in your roughly 35 and up.
Correct.
Right? Okay. So you joined in for that.
So I started in July, and my first competition ever it was in Lisle, Illinois, which is right outside Chicago. And that was in the 100-meter and the 200-meter, and I won both of them. Wow. So I was pretty excited because I had been always a runner and always did sprints, but did not do competitive. And now I'm actually training to continue with Monica in that event.
That is very impressive. What's going to be really impressive coming up, don't go away, Patty is going to train Jimmy. So we're going to have a master training an Olympian. That's going to be fun. I'm just going to be off the side watching. So don't go away. You're watching Staying Healthy San Antonio Fitness on Fox San Antonio.
Eyelash extensions, world famous products, and the magic of being beautiful right here at Salon Diva. Call for your appointment today.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Staying Healthy San Antonio Fitness. I'm here with Jimmy Fegan and Patty Brandt.
Yes.
Monica Brandt's mom, who is also herself a world-renowned athlete. And we're here at Elite Athletics. You're going to show us some really cool moves that mom and dad can do at home, and we can all do it together. So first off, these are your 3 favorite moves in a gym, and sometimes they can be a little intimidating, but you're going to make them not so intimidating for us. This is the first one. Tell us a little bit about it.
This one is for the glutes, and it will also help you with your squats if you want to learn to do squats in the future. It also helps with track. I do a lot of track, so it's very important to have your... and the machine is safe, so you can just stand here like this. You don't have to hang on. So if you're in the gym, and you can put something in front to hold so that your feet don't slip.
That's a good idea.
And then you just do a really good hamstring and glute exercise. And then
And anybody can do it.
Yes.
For example, Jimmy is going to show us. If
yeah, and I
do
put
it
a
too.
little weight on for Jimmy, but you actually can do it with just the bar.
Have you ever done this before?
You might want to
never
get
done
that
this
up
before.
higher.
Yeah, right? There we go.
Yeah.
That's the right height, right?
Uh-huh.
So just
And lean back into it.
lean back into it.
Yes.
Just nice and
And all the way down, you feel your rear end in that.
sure. Definitely.
And it also keeps the core very tight, which is amazing.
I like it.
This isn't
So the
bad.
glutes, the hamstring, and the core. It's easy, isn't it?
Easy. It's easy.
Uh-huh. This is another exercise that I'd like to show, especially for people that are concerned about keeping their triceps nice. So many people have extra fat here. So this is a wonderful exercise. You do not keep your feet together because then it puts more pressure on your back. You need to have your feet at least shoulder width. And then you bring it down, but you don't bring it all the way up like this. You bring it just down to here. And that's a 90-degree angle, like that. And a variety, of course, is to do it with one arm. So you can get an individual effect or both effects. So
Well, let me
you're
try.
going to
Jimmy's
try?
been doing all the hard work lately, so I'll do this one and see
Okay.
how it works. So just grab it like this.
You
right?
grab it
And
like that,
works
your
this
feet
area right
apart,
here. Okay.
shoulder width. You don't want to have them together. And you bring it all the way down to here. And then when you come up, you make a 90-degree angle right there. And then back down.
That's pretty good.
Yes, and
And it
you're going to
helps right
really feel the results. And fat loss right in here.
What?
Fat loss. Especially if you do more than 15. If you do 15
more
to
than
20.
No, I feel it. That's pretty good. I like it.
And then let me show you real quick if you want to do the single. You can do the single like that.
We could do that. And
See
then just
how versatile and creative you can be in the
boom,
gym?
just like that. Look, I can do it. Boom. Jimmy, you got nothing on me. No.
All right.
Thank you so much, Patty. And there's one thing I wanted to talk about real quick is that you were talking about getting our parents into the gym, working out with us. You and your daughter have a great relationship in the gym and with fitness. What is some advice for us on how to get moms and dads out here?
Well, to show them that it's easy, there's a lot of easy things that they can do, and they shouldn't be intimidated about how they look, because everyone's in the gym to do the same thing. Or you can just go to a park where they have picnic tables, and you can do some really neat exercises. I train some people at the park with the picnic tables.
You know, we'll have to do a show about that with you. Come back and we'll do that a little bit later this year. That'll be awesome.
Yes, and the other thing I would say that's very important is that every decade, as I told Jimmy, every decade, and I can speak for 6 decades, gets a little bit harder. You have more that you have to try to overcome, and your body starts to have a little bit of regression in hormones and various things. So if the mother could listen, you know, that the exercise would so help them, and of course healthy eating as well.
Absolutely.
Would so help them with their weight control, with their energy levels, with their abilities to stay focused. And when they go through the different phases, you know, of premenopause and menopause,
It'll all work
I can help them, you know, with the hormonal kind of things.
Well, thank you so much for being with us here at Elite Athletics and on Staying Healthy San Antonio Fitness. I'm going to hand it off to Jimmy. Jimmy Fegan here is going to be back next week with his own special local people and interviewing them, right, Jimmy?
I am. You guys are in for a treat.
A couple of treats. So stay watching us every Saturday morning on Fox San Antonio. You're watching Staying Healthy San Antonio Fitness. Bye.
All right, you're watching Comedian's Kitchen on Staying Healthy San Antonio. I'm Roman Garcia.
And I'm Jade Esteban Estrada.
And we are here still at the Culinary Institute of America with Chef Brian. And he's going to talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you guys do to educate the community. Tell us, you know, it's all about food, but what are some of y'all's goals as far as educating the public about food?
Well, it's pretty simple. We are educators, so I'm a chef instructor here at the school. So education's our primary concern. And we're also trying to just help people how to eat healthier, try to buy more locally. That's really key. And as far as the way our school system works, we just had a great event for Healthy Kids. We're basically showing a lot of the KMs or the kitchen managers of the kitchens how they can buy locally and do things from scratch more in the kitchen.
Now, you had mentioned earlier before we started that some of the food that we're going to be cooking today, you actually grew yourself.
I did actually, yeah. Some of the peaches that I made this morning, because obviously we're going to be making some pickled peaches. They need about 24 hours to really soak up those flavors. So I made a batch last night, and I used some peaches that were in my backyard. So
wow, that's awesome.
You can't get much more local than that.
And when you say pickling the peaches, is that the same as like preserving them, or what?
Absolutely, yeah. Pickling, you're basically just holding them up for the winter is what we're doing. And since peach season's kind of finishing up, I thought it'd be a great dish for us to get that last bit of peaches that you have and pickle them, and then you can have them in the winter or whenever you like.
That's great. It's almost like we're bracing for the winter.
Exactly.
Even though we'll probably be 88 degrees during our winter. Now, Chef Brian, I know here y'all are teaching students about cooking and food and all that, but tell us a little bit about some of the community involvement y'all do as far as educating children and kids about food.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a big outreach program where we're trying to educate people about local ingredients, about healthier eating and healthier options. I know that sometimes in your high school cafeteria you don't get necessarily the healthiest food. A lot of times it's what we call out of the can and into the pan type of ingredients. What we're trying to show is some of the kitchen managers and people that run these institutions is how to basically slow down a little bit and take your time with some of the food and try to create something a little more from scratch.
What is your personal goal as far as education in the culinary arts among children? Do you? I know the Institute has their mission, but do you have a personal objective?
I do actually. It's really, I want people to really love food and just understand food. A lot of times, unfortunately, kids will grow up and they just immediately go to the fast food options and things like that because it's quick and easy. And really, there's a lot of fresh ingredients that we could eat and cook from scratch. And it's not very hard. And it's just trying to appreciate some of the things. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to feed somebody a particular item like goat cheese, for instance, and they just turn their nose up immediately, or beets or something like that, and they just completely shut down when you mention it to them. But you can actually make these ingredients really tasty with just a couple of small tweaks. You don't have to be a chef to do that.
Interesting. Well, we'll find out what the pickled peaches taste like in just a moment. Stay with us. Comedian's Kitchen.
TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic isn't just family-friendly and convenient. We service a number of your medical needs. The staff of professionals at TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic can help you find relief from the flu to broken bones, even help you with your long-term weight loss goals. TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic is reinventing urgent care for your family right here in your neighborhood. TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care Clinic is located at 3107 TPC Parkway. We're here for you.
And we're back. This is Comedian's Kitchen. We are with Chef Brian West, who's showing us how to make pickled peaches. It's kind of fun to say.
It absolutely is. It's great. All right, so pretty easy deal. There's not a lot of ingredients involved, and there's not a lot of cooking involved. It's basically something you've got to do in advance and then just give it a chance to kind of rest in your cooler and really soak up those flavors. Cool thing about this dish, too, is if you pickle them correctly, they can sit in there for quite a while. So you'll be able to use them for a long term. So
what's quite a while? Like what? How long?
About 6 months.
Wow.
Maybe
It
even
gets
longer.
you through the harsh winter.
Get you through the harsh winter. So this pan is very hot, so please use caution. I let this warm up, so I'm going to put some water in here. It's going to really flare up, so be careful, guys. That wasn't so bad. Okay. Kind of a disappointment. Kind of like my prom night. All right, so we're moving on. We've got a little bit of vinegar in here. We've got some bourbon that we put in here.
Hello.
A little bourbon in there. We've got some cinnamon stick that we're putting in here. Okay. And then finally some sugar. And we're going to put a good cup of sugar in here.
That bourbon smells pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. I'm going to mix this up a little bit. One thing that people don't do when they're cooking is they use wooden spoons. They should use wooden spoons more often because if you're using like a metal spoon on here and you're scraping the bottom of the pan, you're going to get metal shavings in there. So it's a really good idea to get in the habit of having a wooden spoon in there. Okay? So we got that in there, and then we're going to add our showstopper here. We got some chipotle.
Wow, I smell that bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon's really popping in there. Great. So we're going to let this come up to a simmer, and while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and prep our peaches out and get them ready for the pickling process. So a good way to cut the peach is...
Can you say that 3 times real fast?
Pickle peaches? What? Prep the peaches? Prep the pickled peaches?
Prep the pickled peaches, prep the pickled peaches, prep the pickled peaches.
So you basically want to score it all the way around, all the way to the seed in the middle. And if it's really ripe, you should be able to just twist it open.
Well, I've never seen that happen.
No? What happens?
You usually just bite it and eat it.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of times people just bite it and eat it. And that's another cool thing too. If your peaches aren't very flavorful, and that happens a lot, so sometimes when you're cooking, you have to add a little sugar to them. This recipe will take care of all that. You saw that sugar I put in there. So it'll definitely take care of the flavor profiles of the peaches if they're not quite meeting your expectations, which happens sometimes.
I hate when peaches don't meet my expectations.
Okay, so depending on the size of the peaches, again, I already made some in advance so we could taste it today. And my peaches were really small. They're really super sweet, but they're small. These are a little large, so I'm gonna cut these down to something a little more manageable. And you notice I'm leaving the skins on. Generally with the pickled peaches, you could leave the skins on. They have a little bit of a dry finish to them, so I'll peel them after I've pickled them.
Scared?
Oh, no, there.
Ah!
Okay, you're great. So here it is. It's all boiling.
That smells very. I smell.
You can smell
I
the
smell
chipotle.
the cinnamon, the chipotle. I smell the bourbon.
Wow.
I smell the bourbon.
Yep, the bourbon, and the
I
bourbon
smell
didn't
the
quite cook
bourbon.
off, so this is definitely gonna have some alcohol in it.
Awesome.
So we're gonna drop our peaches right in there and put these guys to bed. So now they just need to sleep in your cooler overnight. Okay.
So like
So if you want the-
you don't want to give this to your 3-year-old. No.
Well, if you want them to go to bed early, you can absolutely do that. You know, that's what my mom used to do.
When
to me.
don't you want the 3-year-old?
So here we go. So this is a nice little side dish. You could also serve this on the side of like a sandwich or something like that, as opposed to anything where a pickle's appropriate. Again, it should have a savory finish to it because of the chipotle in there. And I like to put, and I'm not gonna do that to yours, but I like to put a little bit of goat cheese on top. Do you like goat cheese? You like a little chev?
I do actually.
You want to try some? Or do you want to try it just by itself?
Combination. Let me try it both ways.
Okay, great.
I'll try it.
So I put a little chev on top. You guys are more than welcome. You scared?
Here it goes.
Pretty
That's
intense.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's got all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a sweet, and then there's that little bit of hot.
So imagine eating that like with something kind of bigger, like
And
you
it
know.
just tastes so good. You really taste that peach.
This is
Right.
truly amazing. We have been here enjoying these delicious pickled peaches. With Chef Brian West, you guys, amazing man. If you want to find this recipe, you can check it out at stayinghealthysanantonio.com. Chef Brian, thank you so much. We've been here all month. Thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure.
We've learned so much about how we can stay healthy in San Antonio.
And we want to thank the Culinary Institute of America for having us out all month long. They've been awesome. For more info on taking classes with them, go to our website again, stayinghealthysanantonio.com. Chef, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Had a
And
blast.
enjoy some more pickled peaches.
We'll see you next Saturday on Staying Healthy San Antonio.
Closed captioning brought to you by TPC Family Medicine and Urgent Care and Purity Botanical.